Hello, everyone. This video is about the first essay assignment. Um, you just read it aloud and then comment on it freely. Your first essay should, in general, be about the topic of engineering as a profession. The specific idea you develop in the essay is up to you. Please make use of at least some of the material we have read. In what combination and to what extent is up to you. So, your general topic is engineering and professionalism. I'm asking you to draw upon the things that we've read so far, and that means everything, according to your choice and taste, and according to your own idea that you want to develop in the essay, is up to you. But use some of what we've read. You want to make some kind of point about profession, the idea of a profession, and in relation to engineering. I guess the simplest thing to do would be to ask yourself whether you think that engineering really is a profession, but that would just be the most general way of beginning. But that's the sort of exercise you may say this is. I mean, this course is a course in engineering ethics, but it is a course in professional ethics. And it is supposed to be an experience where you are forced, if you haven't already, begin to think about what you're doing in entering into this profession. So it's sort of like this is your opportunity, at least in an academic way, to come to terms with all that. So I've tried to leave the thing open, because you have to express your thoughts, your ideas. I mean, if you have strong ideas that engineering should be a profession, or if you have strong ideas that engineering shouldn't be a profession, that it isn't and shouldn't be, then you're free to pursue those things in whatever way you wish. You are encouraged to get specific in your point of view. You're encouraged to take a particular point of view and to develop an idea. As I said, it not only should be about 1,000 words in length, it should be clearly written, but that just goes without saying. And it should develop an overall idea about the subject. That is, this isn't some kind of survey. You've got a point that you want to make, perhaps. Maybe that point, for example, could just be something in Sighart. Let's say that you really don't think that engineering is a profession, at least in the classical sense. One of the things we may focus on is this whole Sighart idea of how the professional ethics really evolves out of a professional relationship. That is a relationship between doctor and patient, or lawyer and client, or clergyman and, I don't know what you call them, parishioner, understood widely. Say that you're like, well, that's the idea, that this disproportion of power and this personal relationship. And one may say, well, most engineers don't have that, because most engineers are simply employees of companies and they don't work directly with a client of some sort. Maybe arguably a PE who's consulting does, but most engineers don't. So one may argue that because of that, there can't be. That's just off the top of my head. I'm not suggesting that you do that, because you should think up your own topic. But that's the kind of thing I was thinking of, is that, it's not just the general idea. You want to get specific. And one may argue that, well, okay, engineering really couldn't be a profession. It may be a good job. It may be a job that contributes to the good of humanity. Maybe a job is taken seriously, but it's not a profession, at least in the classical sense that Sighart is describing. You could go in that direction. What are other things? You could write about Downey's idea. Say that you do think that engineering is a profession, and you critique Downey's critique of Sighart, something like that. I mean, we could see all different ways that could go. So what I'm asking you to do is to think of the obvious space that we've created in the first 4 weeks of the class, and then get something more particular that you can really dig into, so that your essay has an overall point that you're trying to establish. But again, that point is up to you. Part of the work of writing this essay is deciding what to write, right? So there is no prompt, except that it has to be within this engineering and professionalism, or engineering as a profession, professions in engineering in some way, and that you have to make use of at least something that we've read. The worst thing you can do is, it's got to be a million essays about this subject on the internet, I guess, not to give it away. Obviously I want you to write it. I mean, it's plagiarized. It's an F, right? But that goes without saying. But I don't think there's any reason at this point, at least, to do any kind of outside reading. It's not really a research paper. It's a commentary and essay developing an idea about what we've actually read. So there's no reason to canvass opinion on the internet or to go beyond the reading that we've already done. If your idea leads you to those things, feel free to bring them in, but there's no reason to do that, at least at the outset. So I hope that this was of some help. I know, but figure it out. If you have any questions or you want to contact me for any reason, talk about any ideas you're having or any questions you have about the assignment, feel free to contact me as always.